been a while since I've been there. It's been a while.
Speaking of old commercials, we had a whole bunch of old VHSs, and we weren't sure whether some of our old home movies were on these.
Oh, yeah.
So I was looking through them, and they were all my recordings.
There were
from
so
the
many
VHS
things that were just 6-hour blocks
of whatever was on the WB or the CW.
Oh, wow.
Straight 6-hour blocks.
And so you
like
or
the
Nickelodeon.
WB. Yeah.
And so you would see all the commercials on there.
Wow.
They were pretty great.
I'll try and get them like transferred at some point.
That's amazing.
Because
A
it
lot
is
of
like quality like 90s
TV.
TV.
A lot of it. There was some. I think there was some Power Rangers. There was definitely some like Sabrina and stuff.
The one that Ryan Gosling was on, Young Hercules. No.
Oh yeah, Young Hercules. There was some Young Hercules on there.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Really good.
It was
Love it.
some really great classic TV.
I love some old throwback TV.
I know. And speaking of old throwback, thank you.
Yep.
Nice.
I could see the wheels turning on that one.
Well, I was trying to work in speaking of underage actors.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah, welcome to You're No Fun Anymore, the podcast where we deal with our nostalgia. I'm Randall.
I'm Dana.
I'm Bryce. Oh my God.
I'm Alexandra.
Wow.
I was waiting for you, Bryce.
No, I know. I totally mind blanked just then.
And I'm Helen.
I think we should leave that in.
Yes.
That was really funny.
And holy God, let's go back to the 50s LA. No, let's not, because we are watching 1997's LA Confidential, or the Big Sleep performances.
Womp womp.
Yeah, I would also accept that's Miss Raymond Chenandler Bong.
Nice.
Nice.
Guys, they're going to get the fuckers that killed Matthew Perry.
Yeah, or In a Gropey Place. No.
Yeah.
Or L.A. Her Story.
It's not really her story.
Not her story.
No,
though.
it's really not. It's really not.
Really not.
Really not. Or Kim Basinger.
She won an Oscar, so
yeah,
not
she
saying
won
she
an
won
Oscar. It's
Okay.
fine.
This was all right. This was like a high point for her.
It was.
Yeah, I was going to say her only nomination and her only win.
Yep. This is a good thing for Kim Basinger, although not great for any other woman.
Well,
No.
we'll get into this later.
They were three cops who had nothing in common.
Freeze! Big V, what are you doing here? Hey, you know me, I'm keeping the streets safe, boys.
One would do anything to get ahead.
You truly prepared to be despised within a department?
Yes, sir, I am.
One had his own brand of justice.
How's it gonna look in your report?
It'll look like justice. That's what the man got.
And one loved the spotlight.
What exactly do you do on the show, Jack?
I teach Brett Chase how to walk and talk like a cop.
The Night Owl Massacre. This is a heinous crime that requires swift resolution. 6 victims. One of them, one of our own.
Now, all of them are faced with solving one case.
Don't move! I want confessions, Edmund.
Oh, I'll break them, sir. There's something wrong with the Night Owl. I just can't prove it.
They thought they had it all figured out.
Anything bothering you about the Night Owl case?
The fact that you guys won't let it get filed away.
I didn't kill nobody! But what started as a murder
You talk only to me on this one.
became a mystery that could cost them everything.
Why was Susan Lefferts at the Night Owl?
I don't know. I never heard of the Night Owl till today.
How about some payback, big time?
We need evidence. I'll get the evidence.
It was an information exchange.
Do you have any proof? The proof had his throat slit. What do you want, actually?
I just want to solve this thing.
Even if it means paying the consequences?
Academy Award winner Kevin Spacey, Russell Crowe, Guy Pearce, James Cromwell, Kim Basinger, Danny DeVito. L.A. Confidential.
Content warning. This selected film may contain scenes depicting the following: murder, police brutality, torture, implied rape, intense gun violence, physical violence, language, drinking, implied drug use, homophobic and racist epithets, brief nudity, pornography, plethoras of unresolved childhood trauma, besmirching of Lana Turner, criminally underused slutty little glasses, and smoking. And now, back to your regularly scheduled podcast.
Like, I do distinctly remember watching this. I was in my second year of college. I was starting to get into film because I was getting very disillusioned with aeronautics engineering. And I remember going in with a couple friends. We saw this in the theater because a lot of people were like, oh, we're talking this up. And I remember really, really enjoying it at the time. Mm-hmm. It reminded me a lot of the things that, I of movies that I loved when I was watching when I was younger. And I never watched it since 1997.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I've seen it since it first came out either.
Yeah.
Maybe like soon after.
It got nominated for like multiple awards across yeah. And it was just one of those things where like everybody's like, yeah, this is really good. But it like just did not make like a dent, I guess.
That's really funny because I found it I saw it in a really shitty theater, my freshman year of college. So it was when I wasn't doing anything except going to theater and movies. And of course, we'll get into it, but I was completely obsessed with Kevin Spacey. So when the movie came out on VHS, I bought the bootleg. So I had the bootleg for a while. I read the book. I then watched the movie repeatedly. I must have seen this at least 5 or 6 times.
Oh, wow.
And I actually remember it being pretty influential for me. I get why it doesn't work now, but at the time, I love film noir. I love it.
Me too. Yeah.
And this was kind of the most closely aligned to film noir of a movie that you could find in the 90s, I think.
It's like film noir methadone, right? Like if you can't get your fix with actual film noir,
exactly.
you get like film noir light.
So you all talk about film noir so casually, and it is sending me into like PTSD tailspins.
I'm not talking about it casually. I had a class where all we did was watch film noir. So I watched like 20 or 30 films.
I'm saying you mentioned the phrase film noir casually, and it sends me into film forum PTSD flashbacks.
Yeah,
where we programmed film noir, B noir
every year.
Every single
You were in the trenches. You were absolutely in the trenches.
Oh, I have watched since I worked when I was at Film Forum. It was like about 5 years, and every year, at least twice a year, we would have like a B noir or some noir or some kind of thing.
Femme
fatales, pre-code, blah 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 blah. But there was always a noir thing, and like you just get inundated with it, and after a while, you kind of get numb to like I still enjoy a lot of different types of noir, but I'm also very you become very aware of just how like limiting that genre was, because it was also just done because it was cheap,
and like I still enjoy the noirs, but now I get very pedantic over, is that a noir? Who's the femme fatale? What's like, there's just so many tropes to the genre.
Be a gimmick.
Yeah. And that ends up being very, not triggering to me, but like, it just takes me back to, and I have a lot to say, but it's all boring, like highfalutin film person film shit
analysis.
To say.
So it'll just be a film analysis podcast this time.
Kind of, because, okay, but back to this movie. I watched it. This came out when I was in high school, so I didn't see it when it came out in the theaters, but we watched it a bunch in college, like on DVD, VHS. And I thought it was really great when it came out. And now I cannot talk about it with comparing it to like 40 other movies that I think are better and better examples of what this film was trying to do, which I'm very excited to talk about today.
I totally agree with that. I think it was a good introduction for a lot know noir.
I think it's an introductory film. I think that's the perfect phrase to use for it, because I feel like it's like, if you know that you like movies and like film history, but you want something that's kind of like contemporary styled
Absolutely.
and still like presented in a contemporary package, this is for you. Right. Yeah. And then you pick out all the little like themes and motifs and kind of things from older film history that you can kind of like follow up on. Right.
Yeah. And I will say, I don't remember the book all that well, because I read it more than
I never read
years ago.
Yeah,
but
I didn't read it.
I read Black Dahlia, but I never read.
I read Black Dahlia too. I do recall that the movie is a lot more coherent than the book. The book is basically like ragtime, where it's like
too many storylines.
Stories all the way through.
See, and I love ragtime.
It takes place over like a decade, right?
Yeah, it's huge, and there's like a ton more to it. But I think the film actually does a great job of condensing down what's actually.
Alex, have you seen this one? You hadn't seen this one.
No.
The author might disagree with you with that, but Alex, what did you? So you never had
I've
this.
never seen it. I hadn't heard about it. I thought it was going to be a parody.
A parody? That was a parody?
like Fatal Attraction. Oh no, what was that?
Like farce. She was expecting like farce. I think.
What was that? What was that?
Fatal
Instinct.
Maybe I thought it was LA Story. Maybe I was
Definitely
thinking
it is
it was
not
LA Story.
It's not LA Story,
Definitely not.
but it is mostly shot on location because it's like it was cheaper, to find these things. And when people talk about, there's a great documentary called LA Plays Itself, and it's a massive sprawling documentary, but it talks about films from the beginning of cinema to modern contemporary cinema.
Yeah,
and this film is
thinking about how settled LA was in the 50s versus how densely settled it is now. You know, like just that final shootout scene in the oil fields. It's very difficult to find locations like that still in LA. Where there is kind of like derricks, pumping oil in the background of this like abandoned little village.
Oh yeah, I remember going through archive. This is like years ago when there was a documentary I was working on, and we were going through archive footage of LA around like the post-war era, so it would be the 40s and 50s, and there's a lot of suburban areas, and then literally like 2 blocks away from the suburban cookie cutter houses, there's oil fields.
Yeah, I mean, like LACMA. Yeah. In the middle of like Wilshire, like that is right next to the La Brea tar pits and an oil field. And when they were putting in Michael Heiser's levitating mass, which is that giant boulder that like sits over a trench, they actually like hit oil. They had to like clear it out. They hit like a natural gas pocket or something.
When was that?
I think it was like early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
Yeah, early 2000s, because they did that whole like parade down. They had to like parade the boulder through the downtown streets of Los Angeles, which was such a sight.
Well, speaking of years, I got to talk about the year.
Yes, please.
Yeah, the year is 1997. And man, it's quite a year. This year would be the first major redesign of the $50 bill since 1929.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, that was implemented this year. And that featured a different image of the Capitol building on the back, a larger off-centered portrait of Ulysses S. Grant that also includes holographic numbering. So when you turn it, it changes different colors. Security stripping that responds to UV light, as well as multiple watermarks. These changes were in continuation of the U.S. Treasury's Series 1996 program, which began with redesigns of the 100 the previous year, would continue the next year with the new 20 in 1998, and then the 10 and the 5 by the year 2000. It seems so weird, but like I went to the bank the other day, and I
still have some of those 50s.
I'm just showing you this thing. Yeah. But it's this old. I got like a whole bunch of these, and I'm like, okay, who died and just left a whole bunch of like bills?
That's what. Yeah,
and the bank had to process. So now I have all these old 20s, and no one wants to take them. Well,
that's so funny.
It's two things. People don't want to take because they think they're fake. And then other people are like, dude, give me all of them. I will give you regular 20s out of the register. And I was like, oh, okay. I actually got rid of like 4 of them in a bar because everybody just wanted one because it was funny.
Oh, that's funny.
But it was weird. But it's so weird because I remember distinctly everybody freaking out. It was like, oh, we have Monopoly money now. And it's like, yeah, nobody gives a shit, man. Like,
yeah,
it looks fine. It's so fine. Speaking of redesigns.
Guess what? In 20 years, nobody will have like a bill in their wallets.
Yeah, exactly.
My dad used to collect those kinds of old bills because like the 2s, he really loved collecting.
Oh, I have a whole bunch of 2s. Yeah.
Where are those 2s?
I don't know. We have them somewhere, I think. We actually deposited them finally.
Oh, I was going to say you have a collection.
I'm pretty sure there's a stash of $2 bills somewhere in our house in a box I haven't opened.
Just hiding. You're going to find it one day and you're like, God damn it.
Yep, there they are. There's the 2s.
Yeah.
Speaking of redesigns, the iconic 1950s fashion doll Barbie would undergo the largest change in her body mold since the 1970s by reducing her bust and widening her waist to emphasize a more, quote, realistic body size, unquote, as to what they would say is to appeal to modern fashion designers. According to Lisa McKendall, the director of marketing communications at Mattel, quote, she looks more youthful and more contemporary.
And
Sure.
still anorexic and entirely unrealistic.
Right. Playthings Market Watch magazine analysis Chris Byrne would go to say, quote, Barbie is kind of like Betty Crocker. She gets updated to make her look more appropriate to the times. She is a fashion doll first and foremost. That I feel is a little bit more because they were by this time, especially in the 90s, they were getting a lot of flack and they were like trying to do this. So let's take a look. So the new measurements would be roughly 9.5 centimeters around the waist. That's up from 9 centimeters. And then the bust would be 12.5 centimeters compared to the 15.5 centimeters on the vintage dolls.
Okay.
Wow.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
And I wonder why I have body issues.
Yeah, right. And speaking of busts, in January this year, Heidi Fleiss would be sentenced to 37 months in prison for her 1996 tax evasion conviction, originally filed back in 1995. The infamous Hollywood Madam rocketed to fame from 1990 when she broke away from Madam Alex to form her own house that would bring in allegedly her first $1 million in only 4 months.
You know what criminals should know to do? Pay their taxes.
I know. Just
well, it's kind of hard to pay
caught.
taxes when you're making money illegally.
Yeah.
But all of the hardened criminals, that's how they all got caught.
Yeah, that's
why you just set up a storefront that's just for laundering the money. You know,
I always stress this.
I'm not telling you how to do your illegal business, people.
I always stress this to
Just a
people.
suggestion.
The only reason that governments give out money is so that you can pay them. That's it. That's the only reason it exists. She would go to serve 20 months of her initial sentence, which I think was, it was 37. She would only serve 20 of those, spending the remaining time doing community service.
And then
she would also
becoming an agoraphobic living with birds.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you were your
if
boyfriend
I was Heidi Fleiss, I would become an agoraphobic living with birds too.
Well, I was going to say she also was dating Tom Sizemore, and then actually
didn't help.
Yeah, got him sent up and convicted for domestic abuse.
And then they were both in celebrity rehab together, which was so messed up.
Yeah, that's real fucked up. Thanks, Dr.
Really
Drew.
messed up. Yep.
Speaking of
Dr. Drew.
Yeah. Speaking of sex work, this would also be the year that Eddie Murphy would be stopped by the police at 4:45 in the morning, picking up American Samoan transgender sex worker, professionally known as Shalimar. Though Murphy would be let go, Shalimar would be detained due to previous outstanding warrants. To this day, Murphy claims he was just being a good Samaritan and giving Shalimar a ride home, despite having passed her residence quite a distance before the police stopped them.
And because you're Eddie Murphy and you don't just pick up people off the street.
Yeah. So after this whole thing came out, he got a handshake with the cop because there were paparazzi following him. He got a handshake from the cops. They drove away. And then the outcry of this, there was a whole bunch of other transgender sex workers that started coming out and saying, hey, we've all have stories about Eddie.
Wow.
Yeah, so Shalimar stood by her story of him soliciting despite the threats that came in after the incident, as well as Murphy having his lawyer, Marty Singer, hire private investigators to track down and pay out all the other women that came up to $15,000 apiece to recant their dozens and dozens of stories of dealing with Eddie Murphy. Shalimar would say to the Inquirer, quote, "It's unfair that I went to jail while Eddie Murphy walks away scot-free."
Not wrong.
But that's what you get when you have a lot of money.
That's true.
Finally,
he had to do the Flubber movies. Did he really get off scot-free?
Yeah, that's fair. And finally, staying in Los Angeles, this year would also be a big year for the LA Zoo, as it would finally officially become its own department within the city of Los Angeles, because it was formerly managed under the Recreation and Parks Department. As a result, they formed the first ever Board of Zoo Commissioners, which was composed of 5 members appointed by the Office of the Mayor, one of which was the great Betty White, who had served on the Greater Los Angeles Zoo Association Board of Trustees since 1974. She served her inaugural term from 1997 till 2005, and in 2006 would be given the Ambassador of Animals title by the Mayor of Los Angeles. For her
OG childless cat dog lady.
Hell yeah. For her lifelong work and commitment to animal welfare. And speaking of caring for violent beasts in Los Angeles, that brings us to September 19th, 1997. LA Confidential opens at 4th place with just over 5.2 million on a demure 769 screens. This is not a very wide release. It's an incredibly crowded weekend, though. That includes newcomers such as In and Out. That's the number one.
Oh, we need to do In and Out.
Yeah, that's $15 million. David Fincher's noir adjacent, I say noir adjacent, thriller, The Game at number 2 in its second week with just over $9 million. Fellow newcomer Wishmaster at third with just over $6 million. Remember Wishmaster?
Not really.
I do.
No?
Kind of, but not really.
Oh, all right. I was going to say, I thought you would have a little more reaction to that because I was a little too old for that, but I don't know. In fifth place is The Full Monty in its sixth week with just over 3 million. And another newcomer this week, that is Jocelyn Morehouse's 1,000 Acres in its sixth week with over 2.9 million. If you ever watch this movie, it's really fucking terrible. But it actually has some...
I will now after that ringing endorsement.
It actually has some good performances in it because it's Jessica Lange. It's there's a ton of women in this. The problem is the story is absolutely abysmal, and we'll talk about the reason when we get into the Oscars why I bring this up, because this is the kind of caliber of roles you were getting as an actress in Hollywood at this time. Other notable new releases include Going All the Way, which is the middling 1950s dramedy with a oddly stacked cast. You're talking Ben Affleck, Jeremy Davies, Rachel Weisz, Nick Offerman in his debut film.
Aww.
This is also where Rose McGowan had said during the premiere of this, she made the allegations against Harvey Weinstein at the premiere of this movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
It goes that far back, huh?
Oh, yeah. So overall, LA Confidential would double its screen count in the U.S. by its third week. It would actually be like a critical and commercial smash hit. It took over 64.6 million domestically for a worldwide cume of 126 million off a 35 million budget. That's pretty spectacular, especially for such a niche movie. It would be nominated for dozens of awards, including 9 Oscars, taking home 2 of them.
In a really hard year.
Yeah, this is Titanic.
This is Titanic and Good Will Hunting, and It Was Beautiful. This was a crazy year.
Yeah, well, it's crazy for some, and then we'll talk about the others.
Yeah,
but we'll get there. But that includes Best Supporting Actress and Best Adapted Screenplay, and that was going up against a juggernaut of a lot of really impressive films. And the Library of Congress would add this to the National Film Registry in 2015. So I still have a lot of fond memories, but rewatching it, I was like, I kind of understand where James Ellroy had, after Curtis Hanson passed away in 2016, he kind of dropped the veneer about being nice about the movie. And he basically said that, quote, people love the movie LA Confidential. I think it's a turkey of the highest form. I think, I think Russell Crowe and Kim Basinger are impotent. The director died, so now I can disparage the movie.
Wow. The guy who wrote the book.
That's not fair.
Well, no, but here's what he also said, is that he said this is still the best adaptation of any of his books ever.
It is. His books are really...
He just doesn't believe that a lot of his shit can be translated into film. And I tend to agree on certain aspects. He's only disparaging about it because of the way that he used to have to say, like, it's a piece of art on its own. He was quoted as saying that a lot of times. He was like, it's a piece of art on its own, trying to separate that my book is not this movie.
Right.
And I kind of get that because, like, rewatching this now, this bleeds so much into caricature because you only have so much time to get through months and months and months and months of what would be a police investigation. And it feels so immediate and feels so like there are over 80 speaking parts in this movie. Like, it is
a lot of characters. It's a lot of people to keep track of.
People. I kept confusing Kevin Spacey's character and what's his name's character, but Russell Crowe for some reason.
Oh, that's a hard one because I was
going
to say.
Yeah, I don't know why the characters were just like, both the same to me. Not the actors. The actors were,
but they're exactly opposite characters.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, I would have said, like, if you were confusing Kevin Spacey with Simon Baker, which, by the way, first movie,
Simon Baker Denny.
I know,
so cute.
Well, first like Hollywood movie because he had been in a whole bunch of stuff before that. I think
sure,
in Australia.
Russell Crowe and Guy Pearce's basically Hollywood debuts.
Yeah. They were, and actually Guy Pearce had talked about this in the DVD commentary. He mentions that he had been a fan of Elroy and went to. There was some kind of speaking in Australia, and he was like, "Yeah, they're making one of my novels into that, and they're going to cast like Russell Crowe and Guy Pearce," and the audience laughed. And he was like, "Oh shit," not realizing that that was actually going to happen. And he kind of felt nervous because he's like, "Yeah, it's kind of weird when you bring." Well, technically isn't Crowe Kiwi?
He's New Zealander, yeah.
Yeah.
And Guy Pearce was born in England to a New Zealand father, so he's not.
He grew up. But he grew up in Australia. So there's a lot of Australian connections that come in. And actually, that was Curtis Hanson had a lot of problems with that because the studios are like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
So I think they actually got saved because Kim Basinger wanted to do this
before Australia became the main export for Hollywood.
Yeah, right.
I think it was because of this movie.
Yeah, it
totally.
This cast, honestly, I think is pitch perfect, but there's still issues with it.
I think I actually did know Guy Pearce originally from Priscilla, Queen of the Desert before I knew him from this.
Yep.
So
I didn't realize.
Drag cred to me.
I don't think I realized he was the same person.
I mean, it's a very different character.
Yeah.
But those cheekbones are unmistakable.
Absolutely.
Jealous of his cheekbones.
With his face, though.
He's so angular.
I love his face. He's so pretty.
Angularity, and it's something about the mouth. It's like he's got, that thing they put in your mouth to make the lips puff out so they can take an x-ray of your teeth?
Oh, yeah.
Like he's got that in his mouth at all times.
I think
he's very handsome.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he's not handsome. He's handsome with that one thing that's
he just looks like he's about to eat your face.
Yeah,
it kind of reminds me of Val Kilmer.
Yeah, and you can tell the marketing of this, like Kim Basinger. Kim
Basinger and
stunning
and Kevin Spacey are on the poster, right?
Yeah.
And they have two.
And then everybody else is like very deep in the background.
Yeah, totally.
Kevin Spacey wasn't even that big when this came out,
right? But he was becoming.
It was after The Usual Suspects, though, wasn't it?
It was right after The Usual Suspects, but it was before American Beauty, which is when he exploded. Like Usual Suspects, he got the Oscar, he became noticeable.
Honestly, I mean, if we're gonna talk about Spacey, like
let's do it.
We have to.
Like this performance,
it's so good. It hurts me so much because it's so good.
And Curtis Hanson talked about this, where he's like, it's the most self-loathing character because there's so much eating him up, and you kind of, and this is so. Like, I'm watching this now and seeing how coded he is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
Oh, yeah.
The guilt he feels, like, when he sends up, that Simon Baker, that poor kid, because he knew, like, he was also there. When Guy Pearce asked him, was like, why did you become a cop? And you knew he didn't want to become a cop. Like, and he just has that look and he's like, I don't even remember anymore. And because what did he want to do? He wanted to be on TV. He wanted to be like everybody else, came to LA to be famous. Yeah. And I think is one of the best parts of this movie is that level of quiet performance.
Self-loathing? Oh, totally. Yeah. I mean, it's one of the most like subtle death scenes as well.
Okay, let's talk about the death scene. Because that is the reason that I was obsessed with Kevin Spacey.
It's a good death scene.
It's really good.
One of the best death scenes captured on film. You see the light go out of his eye.
Totally.
Like
before CGI could actually do that. Yeah.
I saw him because, again, I was so obsessed with Kevin Spacey, guys.
He was a really good actor. He was a shitty human being.
Were you obsessed with him as an actor, or were you obsessed with him sexually?
No, I was not. I was not.
I need to clarify this.
No. That's fair. I used to say this
after Helen is obsessed with like Steve Buscemi. I need to like break this down. Okay,
American hero Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, American hero
Steve Buscemi.
Quick backtrack on my history with Kevin Spacey. I saw him my sophomore year of college in a performance of
Iceman Cometh.
Iceman Cometh. Thank you, Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow.
So I saw him in a performance of Iceman Cometh, and
I remember that one.
2 moments in that show.
Yeah.
The moment that he first comes on stage, the presence is so intense that he literally like picks the energy up in a 1,000-seat theater. It was unbelievable. And then later on, there's a moment where he's giving a speech explaining that he gave his wife syphilis. And there's a moment where he tells everybody that that's what happened. And then he pauses. And I swear to God, an entire theater of people stopped breathing until he allowed them to breathe again.
Yeah.
Unreal. And after that, I declared that I needed him to teach me. I wanted him to be my mentor. I wanted him to be my teacher.
I don't think you were his type.
But I didn't want him sexually. I just wanted to learn from him. And I know, like, the thing that kills me is that he actually did do that with a lot of men, not for the right reasons.
No.
Yeah.
But
a lot of teenage men.
Yeah.
So I was the right age. Come on. So I went and found every single Kevin Spacey performance that has ever been captured on film, including like a Long Day's Journey into Night, which I had I had to look for 2 years until I found a copy of it. I found copies of like his performance in The Equalizer, which was like 2 episodes of a television show that I had to wait for the episodes to come back on at like 2 in the morning. Yeah. Like I was hardcore obsessed with this guy. So there was an episode of The View that he did an interview on where they talked about that moment in LA Confidential. And he said that literally all he was doing was staring at the wall when he was shot. And then he allowed his eyes to go out of focus the second that he felt like he was dead. And just that moment and that smart a decision to just, it's like, it's a minuscule little thing. And it's just so fucking good. Like you can't, it is so hard to portray that the life has gone out of you. See how I get so enthusiastic.
I know. He's a great actor.
It breaks my heart so much that I cannot talk about
and
him.
He's a great theater actor. I think I think that's what when you see him in theater, it is kind of like
it's unreal.
What was the theater in London that he like relaunched? The New Vic or something, right?
Yeah.
The Old Vic? Whatever.
Yeah.
I went to one of their early, I think it was like an Ibsen play or something that he was in. And it was great.
And again, like good talent does not.
And that's what breaks my heart about it is that I hate it's the same thing as Joss Whedon, where I feel like I can't talk about these people anymore the way that I want to because they did these horrible things.
No,
Can I ask a roundtable question?
Yeah.
Because I can't just talk about this movie. I have to talk about everything peripheral to this movie.
Sure.
Who is your biggest, I've been betrayed by this person that I previously loved?
Such a good question. Kevin Spacey?
Well, for me, it's Kevin / Joss Whedon.
My biggest one is J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling.
Mine is probably Neil Gaiman.
Wait, what happened with Neil Gaiman?
Dana.
Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah.
I'm related to him. That's not cool.
Do I, is this the moment just Google it?
I don't know what happened.
Many, many allegations are just coming out of sexual misconduct.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I don't think this should be a huge surprise, though, because he went through that kind of like mess with his ex-wife.
Yeah.
And then Dresden Dolls lead singer, Amanda, right?
Amanda Palmer.
Yeah, Amanda Palmer. The whole thing kind of...
Who's also really trashy.
I just found out through 23andMe that he's like a 6th cousin. So now we can't even talk about that. That's so annoying.
And it's before my time, before my time, but like Roman Polanski, because I liked his movies first. And we're going to talk about Chinatown in a minute, I have a feeling. But like...
I have
seen Chinatown.
I love Chinatown.
The better version of this movie, yeah.
Well, I think it was for my film studies class, so yeah.
Yeah. But Randall, you didn't know... Randall and Alex, who's yours?
Alex is J.K. Rowling. I think I'm with Alex.
J.K. Rowling is a big one.
It's, especially because of that whole like universe. And you want to still go to the parks, but you still feel guilty when you go to the park sometimes.
I used to reread the book,
and I would
every
year. And now, like, it's hard for me to even want to do that. You know?
And what I was going to say is, I feel like there are specific things. Like, I'm never going to let go of that performance I saw at The Iceman Cometh because it was magical to me. And I don't think that we should be forced to give up.
It's beyond.
That's the thing. It's like because it's grown. I'm trying not to get.
The art separated from the artist. There are certain things like Harry Potter that became public domain.
And she doesn't control the universe anymore like the fans do, you know?
Like she's still going to get money from it, but...
But I also... But I cannot... Like, I used to go to... And y'all know this, I'm a nerd, so this should surprise no one. I would attend the yearly, like, Firefly fundraiser.
Oh, the brown coat. The brown coat ball.
Not the Bronco Ball. I'm never that nerdy, but just like their Equality Now dinner where they would raise money for one of Joss's like charities and all that stuff. Like while I still love Buffy, I still love Firefly, I still love it all. I won't be as publicly gushy about it, about the creator.
That's my problem with it, is I want to still be able to gush about the things that I loved. I don't support what they did, and I don't think that they should be able to continue doing any of these things.
And that's
when it's someone that meant so much to me, like Kevin Spacey. It's not like you can take away, like you heard how enthusiastic I got. You can't take that away.
No, and that's like, obviously none of us are impacted as much as the victims.
None of us were aware.
As much as the victims. But these kind of behaviors do impact such a large percentage of people. Yeah. Randall, I was thinking
that's where you get your power from. I mean, if I was going to bring up mine, it's probably David Mamet.
Oh shit! When was he ever good?
No, David Mamet.
He's always been respected in like theater circles.
He is an absolute.
Like, way back, he's always been a misogynist of like the first order.
I got into a big fight with somebody about David Mamet's misogyny, and they did not want to hear it.
No, and that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, he's always had that streak, but I like the way that if you don't listen to him and you just read the material, you can. Like, you take Oleana.
Ambiguous. It's more ambiguous.
You take Oleana, and it becomes a duality about it. And it becomes
sure as hell isn't.
I mean, Oleana, come on.
Yeah, Oleana, the way he describes it is fucking nonsense. But when you read the words he wrote and the way that people have directed and interpreted and performed it, becomes something greater.
Well, and that doesn't mean it's not misogynist, though.
No. He as a person, it's again. I go
but
back
this is
to
what do you do with that work, right? Like, does that mean that Mamet's
there's so many Mamet plays that I remember reading and really enjoying, and then listening to him talk about them made me hate them.
You know what the difference is? The difference is, like, with someone like Joss Whedon, he was speaking to feminists. He was calling himself a supporter of women.
No,
David Mamet has never done that.
No.
It's the wolf in sheep's clothing kind of thing, right?
I agree. That makes it worse. It's
worse from J.K. Rowling because everybody thought she was representing everybody.
Underdog, the like unaccepted person. Yeah.
David Mamet has always spoken for the middle-aged creepy white man. Always.
But I do think so. Randall did cut a show for some chef. I don't even remember who it was. But immediately after but it's just like, in 1,000 ways, the actions of all these assholes like affect people's livelihood. They affect people's like ability.
No, he destroyed an entire cottage industry of shit.
100%. And it's like, again, no one's as affected as dramatically as the victims themselves. But the tentacles of these kind of behaviors just are so wide reaching.
No, it's
I guess I look at it as like, I worked for a producer who threw things at me, who punched a woman on the set of one of his movies, who was a bad man.
Oh, I know.
And I still enjoy some of the movies that he made. And I know, like, I was a part of it. My hands used to shake when he would call. That he was an abusive son of a bitch.
I've known people that have worked. Yeah.
I guess I'm very good at separating the art from the artist. Like, once something is out in the world, it becomes mine. It's not.
I think it's easier when you're not giving them money. That's the key.
That is true.
If you're not giving them money, if I can go to the library and read your fucking book, I'd like no money is exchanging law. If I can watch your shit on YouTube or like find clips or whatever, no money is exchanging things. And buying things and giving you residuals, that's when it starts to become a problem. And there are a lot of people that reside, like they live off that.
Yeah, I still want to give like Kim Basinger my residuals. You know, like I still want to give the other people who worked on the film like their credit. You know,
Cromwell didn't do anything wrong.
Who is Kesha's producer? Dr.
The one that now just did a song with Katy Perry.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks, fucking Katy Perry. Like,
Jesus Christ, for it, Lenny. Nobody is letting her get away with that.
Yeah, I mean, she has a song about women empowerment by one of the worst serial abusers in the
I know, but I'm saying, like, the second it came out, everyone was like, "That's done."
Right. Yeah, I mean, we're straying a little bit from this because we're talking about Kevin Spacey and the hard difficulty about this movie. But I think
what is especially like heinous about Kevin Spacey is how unapologetic he's been about it the entire time. You know, like, I mean,
he's gotten away. Like, he's been acquitted. He has,
and it's very confusing because I truly think, based on some stories I've heard of people that had interactions with him that we know, that he does not view what he did as
wrong.
He was a closeted homosexual man who made advances in a way that I think he thought were under the table and were actually abusive. But I don't think in his head that it's what he thinks, like that what it actually is the same as what he sees.
His initial response to Anthony Rapp was, I don't remember this in the way that you describe it, but that does not excuse it. And he apologized.
He did.
And
it was when people started piling on that he started getting defensive.
That's when he started getting way defensive, and that's when he started to retreat.
I thought he was doing like acting lessons in the Czech Republic. Like,
no, I mean, there was a documentary that I watched. Like, I'm telling you, it is so goddamn painful for me. But I watched the whole thing, and that he did a lot of really bad stuff to a lot of men.
Yeah,
a lot.
There were over 15. There were over 15 accusations, and again, in the court of law, he was been acquitted.
Yeah, and he was trying to make a comeback after the acquittal.
Oh, many times.
And that documentary came out, and they're basically like, no, that's it. Like, I don't care if you were acquitted, you did something. I think he's done.
Well, I think it's not that, like, he's not a talented performer. There are plenty of fucking scumbags that are talented performers.
Armie Hammer.
That's a whole other thing.
I mean, Russell Crowe for like for a number.
To bring up the Russell Crowe thing. Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk about Russell Crowe too, because I mean, maybe we should move on to that because, the difficulties with a lot of these men, and this is why I think it's so weird because it's like in the case of Russell Crowe, he did not believe that he could play this kind of character.
Which kind? Vulnerable?
No, this brutish, angry.
That's his career.
Animal.
That's his career.
Right. But he said in multiple interviews, the only two characters he's ever wanted to revisit was Detective White and his character from The Good Guys.
Which The Good Guys is a better version of this character.
It's a better version of this man. It is he's still broken. I do want
to find out what happens to White at the end of after this movie, because he is shattered.
They eventually just he's going to revert back into some kind of abusive pattern because that scene, and I will say that scene is brutal.
It is
totally brutal.
When he hits her after
it's coming, and it's still it's just so painful.
And he immediately sees himself. Yeah. And he sees her, and they just can't even face her.
She sees him, which I think is.
So I think this movie in the rewatch to me was a movie of missed opportunities. And here's a prime example. Like, Basinger is 9 years older than Russell Crowe in real life.
Yeah, which I love.
I love it. She looks it.
Yeah.
He looks like a baby. She looks older.
Although, come on, she looked flawless.
She looked fantastic, but she looked older than him.
Yes.
And they missed an opportunity to have him deal with some of his issues with his mother by sleeping with this woman who was an older woman. And that scene was so good, but wouldn't it have been a little bit better if they had played with that kind of older woman, younger man, mommy issues power dynamic just a little bit more? It could have been just 10% better. And this whole movie to me on this rewatch is these 10% failings over and over again.
Curtis Hanson.
You get it a little bit of actually her with Guy Pearce, right? You get that kind of
I have such a problem with that.
Also, why did they sleep together?
So unearned. So unearned. He sees her, and then 50 seconds later, he is sleeping with her.
And he's so smart and so politic, I don't think he would have followed it. And it was completely unnecessary. There was other ways to engender the same thing.
There's one line that she says to him that I think kind of explains it all, when she's like, fucking me doesn't mean you're fucking him, or whatever the line is, where she's basically saying, you want to fuck White. Bud. Yeah, it's Bud that you've actually got this
hard on for.
Totally.
Well, and that's the thing is
that is actually the truth of it, right? And she's got enough world weariness to recognize that, and he doesn't get his own motivations for what he's doing,
And I think the biggest problem with Guy Pearce in this movie is he's too clean the entire way through.
Yeah.
And where apparently in the novel, and again, I have not read this one, he is not.
He is not.
And an opportunistic motherfucker.
He is. And there's a lot of extra stuff that goes into his character. Like the girl that gets raped that they rescue.
Oh, he ends up dating her, right?
Yeah. She's a really big part of the book, and he ends up rescuing her. And then she gets involved with the captain and all of the like bad stuff that he's doing. And he ends up committing suicide on a roller coaster, if I remember correctly.
Oh, wow.
But that motivates a lot of what's going on with him. Like there's again, I read this 20 something years ago, but there's like a whole subplot about a theme park being built in LA. And she ends up in the roller coaster with, I think maybe it's Pierce Patchett. There's somebody else in it with her who also ends up dying on that roller coaster. But I think that it drives a lot of his dark side.
Yeah.
Piece of it. And not having her here, because I think it also, that drives a little bit his relationship with Kim Basinger's character. And it makes it darker that he's in this relationship with Inez and then at the same time has to sleep with her. Yeah. So I think there is that as well.
It's so forced. And again, like if I was going to do this at a rewrite and trying to condense something this sprawling into something that is like 2 hours and 10 minutes or 20 minutes or however fucking long this is. Yeah, right. 3 hours with commercials. The one thing that I know is like, okay, they have Kim Basinger and they have to keep including her in the movie.
Yeah.
And the hardest part is to get them to like re-wrap around, where it's a lot easier to just have Bud freak out about Exley going like, oh yeah, I just framed your or I just fired your fucking best friend and partner of so many years because of some like weird race riot that got broadcast on which is an actual event that happened. Like the beating of the Hispanic people that were in there. That was a real, like a lot of this is based on like he writes a lot of these things that are all based on real people and real events. And then kind of extrapolates around.
Yeah, the opening of the freeway, I'm sure, was, like all factual, like all that kind of stuff.
But the motivation for Bud White to go against Exley is, hey, this motherfucker is a rat and he got your partner killed. You don't need the extra, you're stooping my lady.
Right.
But apparently in the book, I guess, like I was kind of going through some of they actually, the main catalyst of the love interest is the victim that they rescue.
Yeah, the Inez.
But they wanted to work in Kim Basinger back into the story. And again, like I give Kim Basinger a lot of credit for this because she does a lot with literally nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. My first thought was this still does not pass the Bechdel test.
There's got to be like 20 pages of dialogue
with some really, really beautifully set pin curls and like a gorgeous hooded coat. Like
she is so good in this.
She
movie.
looked fantastic. She is mediocre in this movie, but she looked amazing.
No, I think she does the best that she
can.
Do it
on the Kim Basinger scale. Like on the scale of her performances, I think this is one of the best she ever gave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've seen her in a really bad Bond movie.
She did in Batman.
Yeah, it's better than Vicky Vale.
Yeah.
Are we all like just agreeing that she's not that fantastic an actress? Is this what we're summing up? Because like,
no, I think she's great.
I think that they really wanted to give Kim Basinger an Oscar, and this was
it.
Sure.
This upset me a little bit when I thought about it.
She was better in 8 Mile than this.
She was better in 8 Mile.
42.
I mean, everybody wasn't better in 8 Mile.
What? I just said 42. How does that get balloons?
Maybe you're like saying like maybe it thinks it's like a birthday or something.
No, so she was 42 when the movie came out, and I remember them saying like this is her last chance for an Oscar because
I know
she'd be done after this.
Yeah.
Like so this was the moment before she went over the hill. Anybody wonders why I'm freaking out about aging. Continue.
Well, so there is a Be Kind Rewind is a wonderful channel. I highly recommend everybody that
so good.
Listen or watch it. There was a comment about some years Oscar struggles to find basically contenders for actresses.
No, that was glorious.
This year, can I just say, all right.
Gloria Stewart, Minnie Driver.
Yeah, Minnie Driver for Good Will Hunting, which is fine.
I hate that movie.
I can't wait.
No. But like here's the slop that like there are no roles to stand out. And that's a problem. That's always been a problem. So yeah, Kim Basinger won this year for LA Confidential. Joan Cusack for In and Out. That's not an Oscar performance. I like Joan Cusack. I actually love Joan Cusack, but Jesus Christ, like that's not a.
Didn't she get the same nod for Working Girl?
Yeah, she got
a. Love nominating her for stuff.
Well, yeah, and honestly, she should have won for Addams Family Values, but
absolutely,
yes, we'd already talked about that. Minnie Driver for Good Will Hunting, Gloria Stewart for Titanic,
who everybody thought was going to win.
Yeah, but it's like okay,
who's Gloria Stewart in Titanic?
She's
the
old lady in Titanic.
She's like. I mean, yeah, I guess.
And the one that I actually really believe should have won, which is Julianne Moore for Boogie Nights.
Yes, 100%.
She ended up getting her Oscar later, so that's fine.
Well, they couldn't possibly give an Oscar to the sex movie, so
right.
But I feel like that.
This is not a. I mean, this is the year Helen Hunt won.
Who I also hate.
Oh, that's right. As good as it gets with this year too.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is the year that I hate everything.
And that's I feel like there were.
How old were you?
In 97?
Yeah.
Math is hard. I was 15. Yeah.
So a teen. So of course you hated everything.
Yeah.
Yes, but I still hate all these things today.
Like for our listeners, the reason I suggested this movie and the reason that I suggested it is because I wanted to do something from this year because I felt like, and I stand by this statement, there were so many movies that were formative that came out that year.
Yeah.
Good Will Hunting, Titanic, like all of those movies gave us something that is still here today.
Oh, 100%.
And we could be talking about Titanic now, but the Wheel of Fate fucked us over.
I mean, honestly.
Oh my God. If I had to watch Titanic, that's such a long fucking movie, guys. I would have to read it over 3 days.
You spent 3.5 hours watching it with commercials. So
yeah, right.
Is there a big difference?
No, they're like this was especially it becomes harder in the supporting actress because they always want to give it to right. You're basically this is a setup for the beginning of a career. And then you move on.
Although the weird thing is Best Supporting Actor was always the oldest nominee. So it's always the ingenue for the women and the old guy.
Well, again, like Robin Williams won. This was his Oscar year for Good Will Hunting against Robert Forster for Jackie Brown. Like that. That's a rough one.
But they really it's another one they needed to give it to Robin Williams.
And Burt Reynolds, who honestly
everybody thought he was going to.
So like I thought he was a shoe on that. I remember that. I thought he was.
You can't give an Oscar to the sex movie.
But you also have like the Oscars are a business, and they're like they always give it to the person that needs to be more bankable somehow. So if they've got like Julia Roberts as a nominee and she hasn't won an Oscar yet, they're going to give it to her, even if it's Erin Brockovich.
Except that's how you curse all actresses afterwards. Like the Oscar curse is real.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's also what Famke Jensen talked about. It was like after a certain while, you're just playing nothing but witches. And
I'm telling you, that's the age. I am so terrified of getting into my crone era when I cannot be cast as anything but a witch. Like it's horrifying.
Oh my God, that sounds like a dream come true. Let my hair get as crazy as possible.
Same.
Let the whiskers go.
I mean, I was going to say like Helena Bonham Carter kind of lucked out on that, just already playing a witch.
Just being a witch forever.
Yeah. That was really the secret. Was just to be goth from the beginning.
Yeah, there you
love
go.
It.
Well, no, she wasn't because the movie she first got nominated was Room with a View.
Room with a View, my favorite.
She was like a teenager.
Love.
No, she was like 20, I think. Yeah,
I love that movie.
Yeah.
Have we reached the point where it is not disrespectful if I ask if we could play Fuck, Marry, Kill with this movie?
I think so.
All right.
Although now it's hard.
It's a tough one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's torn apart like two of the main cast.
Yeah.
Mary Kim Basinger.
Okay.
Alexa's going to start.
All right. Yeah.
I don't want to live in Arizona, though.
I don't like Arizona. It's a dry heat.
Okay. Alex is living in Arizona.
Kill Smith.
The cat.
James Cromwell. All right.
James Cromwell, yeah, he's an asshole. I mean, way to pay like the legit villain.
Yeah. Because this is like right around the time he did Babe, I think, right?
Yeah, and he's an asshole in there.
Oh, he's fucking awful in this.
So manipulative.
Oh,
and fuck, what's his name?
Guy Pearce?
Guy Pearce.
Yeah.
Those cheekbones, man.
Okay. So I'm going to start with who I would fuck because I have a very specific reason.
Uh-huh.
It's Russell Crowe. And
it is Russell Crowe. Why is it Russell Crowe?
The one-handed shotgun pump is so hot.
It's really hot.
So hot.
That's pretty
And
good.
I'm
Do you
like,
know what I think it is for me with Russell Crowe? I think it's so lame. I'm sorry.
Is it lamer than a one-handed shotgun pump?
Yes, it is. It's the white short sleeve button up.
Oh, with the little like the little.
It's the white shirt
in the sleeve.
Yeah.
Why is it so hot? I don't know.
I literally was saying that in the movie. I was like, oh, I love that shirt. I can't pull that off. I don't have the I don't have the guns to pull that shirt
and
off.
you can see his undershirt underneath, which is like
oh yeah, that's a very like 1950s like yeah.
All right.
Wait,
so
got through the fuck. What are the other
fucking
two?
Russell Crowe for that one specific thing. It's so hot. I hate it.
Yeah.
I think I'm marrying Danny DeVito. He's sleazy.
Mm-hmm.
He's sleazy, but like on a different type of sleazy than anybody else. Plus, I just want to marry Danny DeVito. I also, the rumors that he's a big schlong are real, right?
Gotta be. Gotta ask Rhea.
Oh, whoops. Oh, I dropped my monster condom that I used for my Magnum Dong.
I'm out of here.
I'm going to buck what I assume will be the tradition, and I'm killing the DA. Like, what an absolute piece of shit.
Oh,
he's been
yeah.
blackmailed.
But he's also
but he's still like
blackmailed as a gay man.
He's also cat's pawing the entire like structure of LA politics and policing. And you know what that ends up leading to? Rodney King.
I feel like the captain is more guilty of all of this.
This is what I'm saying. I'm bucking tradition. You all are killing the right people as well.
Which do you find worse, the bureaucracy of it or the action of it?
I think the quiet bureaucracy.
The bureaucracy lasts the longest. Yeah.
Well, that's harder to shift. It's Ron Ripken. It's not James Cromwell.
Like Cromwell can only get so far.
I mean the captain, not James Cromwell, the guy in the commissioner. The guy who's like head of all the police, who's
who's right there with the DA sweeping things under the rug. Yeah,
who's like an anonymous white guy. Who the hell is that? I don't know. He's like the most anonymous white guy I've ever seen in my life.
John Mahone, right?
Yeah,
maybe.
Done a lot.
All right, so that is my fuck Mary Kill.
I'll go.
All right.
Okay, so fuck Russell Crowe, but because I would only fuck him before he punched Kim Basinger.
Yes, yeah, totally.
Because then he was just a big vulnerable pussycat that beat up men who beat up women. So I feel like at that point it was still okay.
Yeah.
Mary, I'm going to say Pierce Patchett, and I'll tell you why. Because number one, David Strathairn is...
Oh, he's got so much money. Oh, yeah, no, that's great. That's a great house.
Yeah, he would take care of me.
Marry the smut king, totally.
He wouldn't make me be a hooker. He could help me look like a movie star.
Yeah, but he's forcing women to have surgery.
But not me. Like, he doesn't have to make me do it. If I want to, he has people that can do it for me. So he might have a good surgeon that I could use. But also, he would not force me to be a hooker like all of the other women that he knows because I'm married to him.
Yeah.
So
I will remind you, though, Dana, he is also a heroin dealer. So there's probably a lot of unpredictability there.
I'm going to say that I don't know about any of that.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
I'm in another wing of the house. And then Kill, I'm going to say everybody keeps forgetting about Stencil.
Oh, yeah.
He's terrible. He's
you're right.
He's corrupt. He's disgusting. Yeah. He gets his girlfriend murdered.
Yeah.
And he was into all of that stuff that was going on and had no problem with it. And he never told Russell Crowe about any of it. So
and then he dumped the body in a poor old lady's house.
He dumped the body in his girlfriend's mother's house.
Oh, my God.
He's bad. I'd kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are mine.
All right.
Helen?
Fuck Russell Crowe for all of the above and the white shirt.
Yep.
Marry Simon Baker.
I was actually thinking I might do Simon
so that
Baker
I can save him from his, tragic ending.
Yep.
He's so cute.
And,
I love Simon Baker.
Because he's a little bi, you might have some fun there.
Yeah,
and then Kill Stenson. You convinced me, Dana. He's definitely like the biggest asshole and he needs to go.
Yep. He sucks.
I don't know why White is going on a vengeance. Like,
he didn't know about any of it.
Right.
Never told him.
Simon Baker's just been charged with drunk driving offenses, so nobody is good in real life.
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect. Randall.
I know. I'm gonna go I'm gonna fuck Simon Baker on this one because He's so cute and he's young.
I love Simon Baker.
He wants to just play along, and he's so innocent in this movie. I could see it in Kevin Spacey's eyes. Like that scene was
He's
so
like,
fucking uncomfortable.
You are
now.
gonna get eaten up, boy.
Right. That's so uncomfortable now because now I'm looking at it going like, you were that guy.
You were that guy
that everybody was like, I'm a little bit scared of that guy, but
that's
I kind of want to
problem.
get.
Is like it's so insidious, right?
Right.
It's always somebody.
And he knew it. He knew it by the look on his face. Like he knew that it was just like that's why he left the fucking 50 on the bar because he was like, it's not worth it. I need to go save this guy, and it was too late. And it was too late because he knew it. If I was gonna marry somebody,
pick someone. I pick someone.
God, oddly enough, probably gonna go with Kevin Spacey.
I don't blame you. He seems like he'd be fun.
Like as Jack Vincennes, though. Like,
as Jack Vincennes, he'd be fun.
He's always going to do his own thing. And honestly, he's probably going to cheat, but whatever. He's always just going to come home and he's going to be loaded.
And he's going to get you into the good parties.
And he's going to get to the good parties.
Lots of untaxable revenue coming from all of his bribes.
Fine. And then I gotta kill Pratchett. David Stranahan. David.
Why are you killing him?
Because guys like that are what makes Hollywood this gross. It's the people with unfettered money and access that destroy everything around, and they don't care.
You know what?
It's obvious. This movie, I actually like that. This movie,
you kill him, and then I inherit all his money, and I'm a good person. So I'll
see, there you go. Like I like that he gets the comeuppance that
in classic noir style.
Yeah, where they fake the suicide, and I'm just like, yeah, he should die. And it comes back to that whole like power dynamic. It's like, who's going to control you? It's either going to be the money or the power, and it's either cops or capital. Like that's it. Like there is no in between. There's no like it is one or the other. And in this world, it's with James Cromwell like busting heads, basically making himself the new mafia don. It's a legalized crime spree, and they have every right to do it. And even that amount of money doesn't stop it. So it's like, yeah, sure, Cromwell will be brought down because he's too short-sighted. Whereas I guarantee you, Pierce Pratchett, the reason why he was building highways, the reason why he's building amusement parks, the reason why he wants to be a legacy guy.
Mm-hmm. So when I inherit all of his money,
yes,
I will, because you're going to kill him.
Yes.
I will make sure that the money goes to good things. And
oh my God, the most posh no-kill dog shelters in the entire world.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh my God, Betty White would be so proud.
Yeah, Betty White would be very proud.
Yeah.
Yes, I've solved the noir genre.
I do love that this movie, and I think we kind of hit on it. It is like Bryce had mentioned this, where I was watching it now and seeing all the other movies that I knew from this. Like, it's so weird that I actually really enjoyed a lot of these scenes, but it just felt like it just wasn't connecting the pieces for me as well as it did.
You know what freaked me out? I am in the middle of a replay through of LA Noire, the game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I did not realize how blatantly they steal
100%.
Like, even up to the music, it's the same music. It's very confusing. But I think it makes more sense as a video game where all those disconnected pieces,
I feel like these kinds of like little bits and piece things where it's like vignettes make more sense as a video game because it's just little,
but then you have
then there's a larger story.
But then you have Chinatown, which kind of does the same thing. These little seemingly disconnected vignettes that turns into the most amazing fucked up ending ever, which again,
so boring.
You don't like Chinatown?
So boring.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
Wow.
It's so boring.
I get it. Because the whole like water system thing.
It's so, do I care about water rights? I don't care about water rights.
Water rights are very important.
Because it's going to be real important.
All right.
I know. Nowadays, I care about water rights.
Here's the statement. Everybody's going to agree with me. Who Framed Roger Rabbit is also a better version of this movie.
Oh my God.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
I was going to say that earlier. It is literally, I kept picturing that in another part of town. Roger Rabbit,
the tunes are doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is the much better version of this movie.
I like to picture it as the same universe because they're both talking about the freeway.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like it's at the same time. It's probably the same universe. So I do think that Roger and Jessica are somewhere nearby in Toontown.
I mean, these are all modeled after like these kind of, especially like like the 70s and 80s, where they were like this reinvigoration of the noir genre.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even in the night, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is a better version of this movie. The Good Guys is a better version of this movie.
I love The Good Guys.
I don't think we saw The Good Guys.
The Good Guys is so good.
Right?
It's a better version of Russell Crowe's character in this movie. It's a better version of this movie.
I don't know that I agree with those two being versions of this movie, though, because both of those movies have
You mean the Nice Guys. The
Nice Guys, sorry.
I do. That's what I meant.
They
Thank
both
you.
have such a sense of humor to them.
Yeah.
I don't see them as the same genre. I see them as more of a satirical noir than I do LA Confidential.
Yeah, it's
no,
not.
This is attempting to be an actual noir film, but shot in a realist style.
Yeah.
Right.
And I did have to mention this because I did want to bring up like part of the reason why I think this works so goddamn well is the costuming on this.
Oh my God.
And
fantastic.
It is
beyond Russell Crowe's little white t-shirt.
Yeah. Ruth Myers is the costume designer on this. And she was nominated for a lot of Oscars. I think she's won 2. But because she originally came from Britain and Gene Wilder convinced her to come over for like Haunted Honeymoon, Woman in Red. But she did this. She did Beyond the Sea, City of Ember, which is great. And she also worked on Vampire Academy.
Which was not great.
Which is not great.
Good at all.
But like she was nominated for Addams Family and lost to Bugsy. But again, costuming is great. She also did Emma. A lot of this stuff was really pulled out because Curtis Hanson laid out a whole bunch of movies and a whole bunch of photos. Like the photos that they lay out when Vince gets like demoted into Vice. Yeah. Those are actual John Willie photos. From his LA period when he was doing like kind of like S&M, BDSM smut stuff. Like, so that was
wow.
Like, those are actual like historical images of stuff at that time that artists were doing, especially of like bondage and obscure sex work. So there's a lot of this stuff that creeps in there. There's like that painting, the group of 4 the group of 4 nudes.
Were you going to say 4 nerds?
Yeah, group of 4 nerds.
We should repaint that, huh?
Yeah.
5 of us.
The portrait in when he originally goes in there and they're trying to, you know, like it's Spacey and Pierce, and they're trying to like weasel out like what information they get, and he's like total cool customer, and he goes, yeah, why the fuck do you think I live so lavishly? And he points at this like gorgeous 1920s modernist painting, but there's like tons of this stuff that's just littered through it. So like the entire aesthetic is based off Robert Frank photos from that period of like the 50s. I can't remember the name of the book. I think it's called The Americans. Yeah. And the look of this movie is what I think sells it, is that it feels real. It doesn't feel like noir films are supposed to be purposely abstract. Like harsh lighting that comes from nowhere, all this like you know like dark shadows in this feels real. This is shot like it's real, and it's put in places that feels like it's real. But all of the costuming and all the people also feel real, and they have that kind of like Guy Pearce talked about, like he had a ride along with like an old timey cop, and he actually got really uncomfortable because he just said like this guy is
really racist, right?
Yeah. And he got really, really uncomfortable with it because he's just like, oh, that's what these guys were. It's like,
I mean, that's the one thing that we have kind of not talked about with this movie, which
holy shit, you start off with a race riot, like the cops going on like a massive race beating,
and it shows you that the entire system is like unfixable, right?
It's
even when all the evidence
to be taken away,
even when all the evidence is presented about how corrupt and how broken it is, there's absolutely no effort made to dismantle it. It is just going to be swept under the rug and continued in the shape it is, you know?
And this is also why I kind of actually enjoy this film from an aesthetic point of view, is that like as much as I dog Guy Pearce's character for being too goody two shoes, you have to set him up like that in order to have him. His big win is he gives in to the corruption. to the point where it's fucking Daryl Gates hanging on like a medal on him at the end. Daryl Gates, the like criminally corrupt in a cameo role. And it's like, yeah, that's what the system is. And it's like, you can't do it. And so while it's trying to be like sunny and fun, like I still think like the last like 20 minutes of this movie just doesn't hold up.
See, I kind of feel like the whole movie says to me that what Helen is saying, that there is like no redemption, because even the best characters in the movie are the ones who have the best intentions get pulled into this muck of corruption that's just never going to be solved. I feel like that's the whole point of the movie, and it doesn't.
It's Chinatown, Dana.
It is Chinatown.
Chinatown. That's like a line.
Your only other option is Arizona.
I don't find the end of the movie all that funny.
It's a dry heat.
It's because like the one character who I feel like, yes, he hits Kim Basinger, but he is the least.
He's redeemable.
Yeah, he's the one that's potentially redeemable, is the one that is going to end up leaving the force.
Yeah, that's the best scenario. At that point.
Right. You cannot fix it from inside. No. I do, back to the original, like, wow, racist. It's really hard from the lens of this podcast I mean, it's problematic because it's representing a problematic time and it's doing so purposefully.
Right.
It's not like when Clueless used the R word and we're like,
it's hard to watch, but it's representing the right idea, which is that this
is bad.
It should not be happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's showing how easy it is for the system to
corrupt people,
not just corrupt people, but to take advantage of prejudices about Black and brown people and just set them up for whatever crimes they want.
Like
you know?
The line that poor girl.
Yeah, Inez, when she was like, "Would you have investigated this if it was just a brown girl getting raped by a whole bunch of Black guys?
No,
you probably wouldn't have. Yeah.
And she utilized it. And that's like, and again, I think there's a lot of clever stuff. And I get why the author was kind of pissed, because it takes all the nuance out of a novel.
Yeah.
But you don't have 600 pages, motherfucker. You got like 100
storylines. Yeah.
I think that book was like 1,000 pages long. It was really, really
right.
Everything could have been just 10% better, 10% more subtle, 10%.
I think there is room for that, but it's also, I mean, like Curtis Hanson, he's done a lot of really good stuff. He came up with Roger Corman. I mean, he did Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Like, that's an amazing movie. I love that movie. As far as like genre thriller, like that is a solid perfect. One. He did River Wild, like
also solid.
Yeah, like he knows how to make a good taut thriller, and this film is a good taut thriller, but as far as being noir, I don't know if it's noir.
I mean,
I think it is.
Are we on the does this hold up part?
Probably.
Okay, so in my opinion, this movie is fine, but it does not compare to, again, all the other movies that I like much better. So I could never watch this movie again and watch all those other movies that I like better for various reasons instead, and I would be fine. Do I hate this movie? No, but it suffers by just being meh in my eyes.
I mean, I would say, like, yeah, if you're going to compare this to like In a Lonely Place, no, it doesn't hold up in that sense. But I don't think this is trying to be, and at the time, that wasn't trying to be either. It's just we look back on it now, and it's become, also, I love In a Lonely Place because Humphrey Bogart's character's name is Dixon Steele, which is just like
our name. Come on,
I'm sorry, it's like just like. Great. You might just call him hard cock. Like, Jesus fuck, man.
Well, that's like, what's his name in Dick Diggler?
Yeah, like,
the sex movie that should have won some Oscars.
That should have won some Oscars, but never did. But like, for what this was, it's like, yeah, I think it's definitely worth going through, because again, nothing like this was coming out at this time period, which is why I think it stands out so much. Yeah. It was done for a very limited budget, $35 million. It has some stellar casting, 100% rock star casting. It just doesn't gel. Like, all the scenes where, especially with like Guy Pearce and Kim Basinger, it's just like, what the fuck? Like, it's a big like blah. Like, why did that happen?
I would say that this is another one that would hold up much better now as a mini series.
Yes, this would have been a good series on,
especially with the little vignettes. You know,
I feel like it's coming. At some point, they're going to do this.
They tried. They tried to do this like twice.
Are they going to do a sequel?
Kiefer Sutherland at one point was, I think, Bud White's character.
You're making face that he would be perfect for the.
He would be great.
Oh no, I'm making a face at a sequel. Like I'm like,
not sequel, but a remake.
It's
They've
just
been
like
bantering around a sequel, but it's never going to happen. Originally they were, but they had Chadwick because it was supposed to be set in the 70s.
Boseman, right?
And they had Chadwick Boseman on board, and then unfortunately he passed away, and I think everything kind of went. I like that idea of like keeping them the age that they are, and now they're the grizzled old sad fucks that are hanging on while these new kids are coming into the system. Like that, to me,
that's a good idea.
Sounds like a really great idea.
Totally.
Because Bud is already like, I mean, he's like still young compared to his partner.
Yeah.
But now he would be the old sad cop.
Yeah.
I do. Before we got to move on to like you guys' reactions to this.
I'm kind of with you guys. I'm like, I probably wouldn't watch it again. Like,
I don't think I would.
I don't really think I have a reason to watch it again. You know, like
I'm not nostalgic for it.
Yeah, I don't think I have any kind of like I would.
I'm the only one.
I would watch I love Kim Basinger. I don't have enough of theater feeling for Spacey. So yeah, it doesn't really have any kind of like hook for me.
If
besides,
I watch Russell Crowe, I'll watch Gladiator.
Give me Gladiator.
That was honestly what Amazon immediately put on after, and I was like, yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I'll watch Priscilla, Queen of the Desert any day or night.
Any day or time. Why isn't that on our list?
Want to go watch Mayor of East? Is that what it's called?
With Guy Pearce. It made me want to watch Memento with Guy Pearce.
I want to watch that. I do want to watch Mayor of Eastwick.
It's great. Easttown. It's Easttown.
Yeah. You know the one I love?
Really good.
Is basically the third Escape From movie that John Carpenter never did, which is called Lockout. Mm-hmm. And it's basically Snake Plissken in space, but it stars Guy Pearce. It's fucking amazing.
I've discovered I really love Guy Pearce, and I know him from a whole bunch of other movies that I didn't realize it was him.
Very different.
I like the what is it? The Time Machine.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
It was.
I forgot about that movie.
The hokiest, most fun, finest movie ever with Orlando Bloom. Delightful.
Yeah,
I love Orlando Bloom.
I also love Orlando Bloom.
All right.
Yeah, so take it or leave it is my kind of like.
I did want to add this one true to life bit.
Yes.
Which is one of my favorite things in the movie is when they walk into the bar and they go up to Johnny Saponato.
Oh my God.
And he's like,
want an autograph? Write to MGM.
Since when do two-bit hoods and hookers give out autographs?
You just say to me.
LAPD, sit down.
Who in the hell do you think you are?
Take a walk, honey, before I haul your ass downtown.
You are making a large mistake.
Get away from our table.
Shut up. A hooker cut to look like Lana Turner is still a hooker.
Hey!
She just looks like Lana Turner.
She is Lana Turner.
What?
She is Lana Turner.
Yelling at her, and he's just like, yeah, I don't care if you're cut up like Lana Turner, blah, blah, blah. And just you see his smiling face like that is Lana Turner.
Yeah.
That's Lana Turner.
That was a great scene.
One more time. It is a great Kevin Spacey moment.
It's so good.
It's so good because he's like, oh, I'm just gonna let you keep going. This is so much fun.
The smirk behind him and then the laugh in the car. It's
the laugh in the car was good because they both were like, that was awful but hilarious.
Yeah. So this is actually a true story. Lana Turner did date Johnny Saponato.
Yeah.
But like years after this book is set.
Johnny Saponato is a real person?
Yes.
Yeah, Mickey Cohen's a real person.
Mickey, he was like a Mickey Cohen, like
enforcer.
Yeah. So this is one of my favorite fucking stories. When they were shooting Another Time, Another Place, that was Sean Connery and Lana Turner were in this movie. And this is Sean Connery when he was like really young, because this is like 59 or whatever. And he got so jealous that he thought like she was having an affair with Sean Connery. He showed up in London and pulled a gun on Connery. Connery knocked the gun out of his hand and like tried to beat the shit out of him. And he ran off the set and then ended up getting like basically deported.
Oh my God.
He humiliated him so badly that when Saponato died, rumors started getting spread around all like the old LA mobsters that Connery ordered the hit. And like he got so he said this on interviews, like he got nervous, like so he went to shoot like some Disney movie, like the Darby O'Gill, yeah, and he got really nervous about being in LA because he didn't want people to shoot him.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
But yeah, Sean Connery beat the crap out of fucking Johnny Stoppanato.
I love that. I love that.
Also, I love Darby O'Gill and the Little People, and oh my god, it must be so racist these days.
That'd be pretty racist.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think so?
That is one of those movies that terrified me so badly that it scarred me as a child.
That's got to be more racist than Russell Crowe grabbing some guy's nuts.
What do I get if I give you your balls back, you wop cocksucker?
Sean Connery got away with it in The Untouchables. It was good.
Sean Connery got away with a lot of stuff because he was Sean Connery.
Oh, yeah. He had that whole interview where he talked with Barbara Walters about slapping women.
Yep.
Oh, God.
I don't have strong feelings about Sean Connery, so screw you, Sean Connery.
I love that man. But yeah, he's a cantankerous fucking asshole.
I think beating women puts you on a level more than cantankerous.
Oh, no. He beats everybody. He likes to slap people. That was his thing.
Charming. Okay.
On that note.
Yeah. Speaking of slapping people.
Unexcusable behavior.
Yeah. Unexcusable violent behavior from men.
Yeah.
God forbid when we ever get into real Bond movies. That's just going to be a fucking minefield.
I'm going to fight you guys on that one.
I do want to do a Bond movie. We never did one in honor of Dad.
Yeah,
I'm going to fight on it.
Yeah, we got to do it at some point. Sorry.
We're going to fight.
Yeah, I want to end this on Bobby Darin song because because of Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey, Beyond the Sea.
Gross man.
Beyond the Sea.
Also, talk about poor casting. Like he looks nothing.
The thing with that is that he tried for 20 years to get that movie made, so he would have been much more like Bobby Darin at I'm sorry. I loved him so much, guys.
Yeah, you're a real
wow, you are really hooked on this.
You don't understand. He took up so much of my life for so long.
I know. I know.
I know. When we heard about
you're in recovery.
I remember when I first heard about the Kevin Spacey accusations, the first person I thought of was you, Dana.
You're like, oh no, Dana's
really? Not the people that he like.
I mean, yes, the people. Anthony Rapp first.
That should tell you the level of my adoration. That the first thing people thought of was, oh God, Dana.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like every time I saw.
I will just end this by saying, "Fuck sex pests."
Yeah.
You should all.
Pests.
Yeah.
Listen.
That is a real tongue twister.
Fuck sex pests.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that is really hard to say, isn't it?
Really hard to say.
Fuck sex pests.
Make a shirt.
Yeah, there we go. That's the way it ends right there. Fuck sex pests.
Peace.
Why am I waving? They fucking can't see me.
That's how you end the episode.
That's how we end the episode.
Bye-bye sailing. No more sailing. Bye-bye aqua. No more H2O. We got no way to end this song. It just goes on and on and on and on. Zoop boop bop ba doop bop doop ba doop. Zoop boop bop ba doop ba da.